Yo, what is going on, guys? Vortex Gaming here, and welcome back to another episode of the Rise of TNA. Today for you we have another episode of Impact, and I hope it's going to be a good show, man. We are in the Georgia Macon City Auditorium in the southeast, because I want to get our kind of popularity up a bit in the southeast, seeing as though that's where we're based. For some reason we seem to be most popular in kind of tri-state area, but yeah, you know, whatever. But just before we get into the show, if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, then go down in the description and there will be a link to the playlist. You can go back and watch all the episodes of Impact and all the episodes of Explosion. You can see how we got to where we are today. So let's get straight into the show. Okay, so we start the show with 6 dark matches, each 8 minutes long. So the first one, Taryn Terrell defeated Tara, who has just signed a contract, obviously, in a 61C, which isn't bad. Tara debuted her Psycho gimmick, which got a 92. Next up, Drew Galloway versus Austin Aries. Not as high as I would have imagined, actually. Galloway defeated Aries in a 54C minus. Next up, in a very, very poor match, Ricochet defeated Seema in a 47D. Both great fits for the X division. Next up, that's pretty decent, actually. Doug Williams and Bram defeated Samoa Joe and Loki in a 58C minus. But Doug Williams and Bram don't work well as a team, which is fair enough. So moving on, and a 70. Oh, that's bad. That's not great. So Kurt Angle switched the gimmick because he didn't actually have a gimmick. So decided to give him his Olympic gold medalist gimmick, which I thought would have got a higher gimmick, because that is pretty much Kurt Angle's gimmick. So, you know. But anyway, MVP defeated Kurt Angle. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of a later match, and I thought I booked MVP twice, but I haven't, so it's all good. Not a bad pre-show match, is it? Anyway, final match of the pre-show, Gunner defeated Samuel Shaw in 52D+. Very poor, very poor. But moving on to the main show, basically your general intro, hyping up the two main events. Hyping up the two television championship qualifying matches between Eric Young and Lashley, and Jeff Hardy and Magnus. So moving on. And that is a shocking waiting for these two. Lashley defeated Eric Young in 10:38 with a spear. That is really bad. No work improvements, but that's a shocking result. Really is. Just holding back. Booking decisions, that always comes up. Low announcing quality, experience. Anyway, moving on. Kenny King and Lashley... Can't speak. Kenny King and Lashley celebrate in the ring after Lashley knocked out one of the tournament favourites, Eric Young, showing that the BDC can still work in sync. Did I have Kenny King to interfere in that match? I must have done. No, I can't have done. I don't know. Anyway. The Revolution are stood backstage. James Storm comes into the frame and starts talking about their match later tonight. He says that the Wolves are insane. They're doing the same thing over and over and are expecting the same result. Tonight, they will yet again retain their World Tag Team Championships and finish the Wolves for good. He then moves on to Low-Key and offers him salvation, telling him that he can cleanse his soul by joining the Revolution. Because after all, in the Revolution, there's always room for one more. So I got a 58C minus, which isn't bad for a segment with Mannequin Sonata in. But yeah, no work improvements, so let's move on. And that's your TNA Lister advert. Always get them. That isn't bad for Noam Dar, actually. He is a enhancement talent, so he's not that over at all. So that is not a bad rating. But EC3 defeats Noam Dar with a 1%er in just under 6 minutes. Dirt sheet, of course it got penalised for booking decisions. I just can't book matches. Anyway, moving on. So JB is in the interview area with former tag team champions the Wolves. He tells the audience that TNA President Dixie Carter announced on Twitter that tonight the Revolution would defend their TNA World Tag Team titles against both the Wolves and the Bromans in a 2v2v2 tag team match. He then asks the Wolves how they feel about the match. Before Edwards can answer, Richards grabs the mic from JB and tells him that this could very well be their last chance. The Revolution have beaten them time and time again, but tonight could see the final nail being hammered into the Wolves' coffin. Richards then tells JB that they will win the titles before throwing the mic down and storming off, leaving JB and Eddie Edwards looking bemused. I got 54 C-, no worker improvements, which is disappointing. But anyway, moving on. And the match itself, a nice fat D. In a match that had some good action and average heat, the Revolution defeated the Bromans and the Wolves in 12:34 when Abyss defeated Davey Richards by pinfall with a black hole slam, and the Revolution make defense number 4 of their TNA World Tag Team titles. Robbie E seemed off his game, but Robbie E and Jesse have great chemistry. So I turn them face, but they're not faces. Moving on. The 62C. So the Revolution retained the tag team titles after an awful performance from the Wolves. I buried Davey Richards. Edwards is slowly making his way to his feet when Richards gets in his face, blaming him for the defeat. After the two argue for a minute, Richards kicks Edwards in the gut and hits the DR driver. Richards then walks away and leaves the arena. That's my way of writing Davey Richards out of TNA. He signed a written deal with Ring of Honor, so he will no longer be with us, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Davey Richards. But yeah, it's just his way of, just my way of writing him out the show. So Eddie Edwards now a solo star. I think I'm going to put Caitlyn as his manager. Try and book him some singles momentum. If not, I might just use him as a jobber. So yeah, but 62C, it's not a bad segment, but obviously it doesn't matter because Richards is leaving and Edwards is going solo. Next, that's quite pleasing. Okay, so in a match that had some good action and average heat, I think that's the best match of the night so far. Cheerleader Melissa and Gail Kim defeated the Beautiful People in 6:48 when Cheerleader Melissa defeated Angelina Love by pinfall with an air raid crash. Melissa has debuted her No Gimmick Needed gimmick. It's got an initial 90 rating. And obviously Angelina Love and Velvet Sky showed excellent chemistry when they went together. And look at this. I'm psychic. I'm absolutely psychic, okay? This match got penalised for booking decisions. Oh, look at that. It's amazing. But anyway. I don't know. Next segment gets even better. Gail Kim and Cheerleader Melissa are celebrating their win over the Beautiful People when Havoc's music hits and the Knockouts champion makes her way down to the ring. Gail Kim attacks first, but Havoc easily pushes her aside and hits Melissa with a chokeslam. She then chokeslams the other 3 Knockouts before holding her title in the air, sending a message to Taryn Terrell. I'm sorry if I'm reading through these quite fast, but NXT TakeOver starts in 10 minutes, and I need to finish this so I can watch that, okay? So, yeah. But 66C+, not bad. Wow. Okay. New TNA. Oh, of course, I put MVP and Kenny King in there as well. For some reason, they're not on screen. My bad. So, new TNA signing Adam Cole makes his way out with Maria Kanellis. Kanellis introduces Adam Cole before giving him the mic. Cole says that he's here in TNA because he wanted to be on a bigger stage than Ring of Honor. Davey Richards. He then goes on to say that his aim is eventually the World Heavyweight title, but for now he just wants to focus on improving. MVP then makes his way out with his title over his shoulder. He mocks Adam Cole for thinking he even comes close to him and says that although he'd love to prove it, he can't lower himself to Cole's level as he's the world champ, so his brother Kenny King will. Maria Kanellis has debuted her fan favourite gimmick and it got an initial 98 rating, which is good, and a 73 B-, can't complain with that. So moving on. And that's not a bad match. It's got Kenny King in it, so that is not a bad match. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Kenny King defeated Adam Cole in 13 minutes by pinfall following interference from MVP. So the BDC going hard tonight. And another good rating. MVP is quick to pounce on Adam Cole, and Kenny King joins in not long after. Lashley then runs down and pulls MVP and King off Adam Cole. Lashley helps Cole up and goes to leave, but just as it looks like he's going to leave the ring, he turns around and delivers a huge spear to Cole, which MVP obviously starts laughing at because it's MVP and he's a bit of a pillock. MVP then grabs the mic and tells Cole to steer clear of the BDC before the three leave. So yeah, the BDC working well tonight, man. They're doing some good stuff. 70C+, well, apart from Lashley's match with Eric Young, but that's probably the way I booked it. Actually, I did book Lashley to dominate that, so yeah, that's my bad. I will put my hands up to that one. But 70C+, not bad. Into the main event, which is a 68C+, which is good. Oh no, this isn't the match. I was like, yes! No. So, Matt Hardy's backstage psyching up Jeff Hardy for his upcoming match that got 68C+. Watch this main event get like a D or something now. C-, not too bad. In about that had great heat and good action. Really? Great heat and good action and it only got a C-? Wow, okay. I've never had that before. Normally if it's got great heat and good action, it's like a B- at least, at the lowest. So I do not know how we've managed to get this C- in this match. But anyway, Jeff Hardy defeated Magnus by pinfall with a twist of fate, which means he progresses to the semi-finals of the TV title tournament and will face Bobby Lashley. So Jeff Hardy was really off his game tonight, which could have something to do with his rating. Obviously, Jeff Hardy's always going to get penalised for a hard drugs reformed habit. I don't know what reformed means. I don't know whether that's he stopped or he started again. I might drug test Jeff Hardy. I might drug test him just for the fun. But yeah, Reby Sky did some good work at ringside because we signed her. Obviously, Reby Sky, Matt Hardy. I think Matt Hardy's wife in real life. So yeah, we brought her in to manage the Hardys. Magnus hinted at a face turn, but it got little reaction because the fans recognised that he's not a strong suit. Why is Matt Hardy hinting at a face turn? Sorry, Magnus hinting at a face turn. I'm genuinely confused by that. I don't remember doing that at all. So anyway, moving on to the final segment of the show, which is a C+, which isn't too bad. Jeff Hardy is through to the semi-finals and will face Lashley in the semi-finals. Gathered that at the TV title tournament. When the BDC's music hits, Lashley runs down the ramp and delivers a huge spear to Jeff, almost snapping him in half. MVP then hits a drive-by kick as Kenny King taunts the crowd. Matt Hardy runs down and tries to help his brother, but is met by yet another spear by Lashley. MVP then grabs the mic, telling the crowd that there isn't any cracks in the BDC. He then says that Lashley will win the TV title tournament and eventually all the gold will come to the BDC. In this segment, the performance of Jeff Hardy was good. So, he was off his game on the match, but, you know, he can take a spear. Matt Hardy was very underwhelming. There's always one. And the return of the TV title storyline has... See there, Jeff Hardy penalised for hard drunk's reformed habit. Reformed must mean kind of stopped, because Matt Hardy was penalised for a drinking and soft drugs habit. I don't know. I'm going to Google it. Wait. Okay, so yes, reformed does mean kind of stopped or improved. So hard drugs reformed habit means he's stopped taking hard drugs. So this must mean that Matt Hardy is drinking and taking drugs. So I'm definitely going to drug test Matt. I am going to drug test Jeff just for the... It's painting a really bad picture of the Hardys. But yeah. Anyway, final show rating is a C. Which isn't too bad, to be honest. It increased our popularity in 22. Unfortunately, lost it in 6. But, you know, I'm not too fussed by the losing. It's not a bad match, to be honest. So, yeah. I'm going to continue, and I'll see you in the final kind of segment bit thing. Okay, so there is literally like a minute until NXT TakeOver starts. So I'm going to do this pretty quickly. TV rating. Let's check it out. So Homicide has signed a written deal with Ring of Honor. No! No fucking way! What? What the fuck? No. Oh, man. It didn't even tell me that Austin Aries was in contract talks with Ring of Honor. Fuck. Fucking fuck. So we got a 166 on Spike, but that has fucked me off. Davey Richards, Austin Aries, and Homicide. And you know what the worst bit is? I was going to get Austin Aries to win the TV title tournament. Oh. Ugh. Fucking fuck. I'm declaring war with Ring of Honor. I don't give. Let's do it right now. Don't know how you do it because I've never done it before, but we're gonna do it. Oh, we're gonna do it. I think it's in relationships. We got a non-aggression pact with WWE, but Ring of Honor. Oh, we declaring war on those motherfuckers. Fuck. Okay, so we have lost Austin Aries, probably our best in-ring performer. One of our best on the mic. One of our most over guys. Gone. And I am now going to switch on NXT whilst offering all of my guys written deals. Because we have lost 2 of our main guys in the last week to ROH. Fuck. Right. Anyway. So, if you like the video, then please leave a like. And let us know what you think of the dirty scumbags that are Ring of Honor in the comments, just in the comments section. In the description, you will find links to all of my current series, and you will also find a link to my TNA blog, where I do an old save on TW starting in 2002. We're nearing the end of 2002. It's going well. We're growing in size. It's all good. JBL is current World Heavyweight Champion. In fact, no, Jeff Jarrett is current World Heavyweight Champion, and he's currently in a feud with JBL, AJ Styles, and Mr. Perfect. So go check that out. It's so good. Current tag team champions CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Brilliant. Go check that out. I'm gonna offer all my workers written deals. See you next time. Peace.